Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0011, which stands for Variable Timing Control, VTC System Malfunction, is a fault code that indicates an issue within the engine's variable valve timing system in the Honda Fit from 2015 to 2020. This code is recorded when the Engine Control Module, ECM, detects that the VTC system is not functioning as designed. The VTC system is pivotal for regulating the timing of the engine's intake valves, which helps optimize performance, reduce emissions, and improve fuel efficiency. The fault can potentially lead to reduced engine performance and increased emissions if left unaddressed. Proper troubleshooting is necessary to pinpoint the exact cause and restore the engine's operational integrity. It is essential to follow the manufacturer guidelines to resolve this fault effectively. DTC P0011 indicates a malfunction within the Variable Timing Control (VTC) system, crucial for managing valve timing in the Honda Fit's engine. The VTC apparatus adjusts the timing of the intake valves to enhance efficiency and power output across different engine speeds. This system is typically located near the engine's cylinder head, where it interfaces with the camshaft. If the VTC is unable to perform correctly, it can significantly impact engine performance, leading to issues such as rough idling, poor acceleration, or increased fuel consumption. Other components involved include the VTC oil control solenoid, which regulates oil flow to the VTC actuator, and the engine control module, which monitors the system's status. Precise knowledge of these components and their roles is vital in diagnosing and resolving the fault indicated by DTC P0011. There are several possible causes for the DTC P0011 error. First, low oil pressure can prevent the VTC system from operating effectively, as it requires adequate oil flow to function. Secondly, a faulty VTC oil control solenoid may lead to incorrect oil pressure management within the system. This solenoid is responsible for adjusting the oil flow, and if it fails, the actuator cannot function correctly. Thirdly, a defective VTC actuator can be another contributing factor, as it directly impacts the timing adjustments of the engine's valves. Each of these components plays a critical role in the performance of the VTC system, and any malfunction can trigger the DTC P0011 error. Proper diagnostics should be conducted to confirm the exact cause before providing a remedy. Drivers may notice several symptoms associated with the DTC P0011 error. One primary indication is a decline in engine performance. The vehicle may struggle with acceleration, exhibit rough idling, or lose power during operation. Another clear symptom is the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard, alerting the driver to a fault within the engine management system. Additionally, the vehicle may emit higher levels of hydrocarbons due to inefficient combustion, reflecting an increase in emissions. It is crucial to remain aware of these symptoms and seek timely diagnostics to prevent further damage to the engine. Ignoring these signs could lead to more severe engine issues down the line, which may require extensive repairs and increased costs. In the first step of troubleshooting DTC P0011, begin with an oil pressure check. Turn the vehicle to the on mode and use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the stored DTCs. Once cleared, start the engine and observe the low oil pressure indicator on the gauge. If the low oil pressure indicator remains illuminated, this suggests that the engine does not have adequate oil supply for proper operation. Move on to check the engine oil level. If it is acceptable, yet the indicator stays on, testing the engine oil pressure is necessary. Confirming oil pressure is crucial, as the VTC system relies heavily on steady oil flow to function effectively. In the second troubleshooting step for DTC P0011, select the VTC test option within the HDS system to assess the VTC system's immediate condition. This test will help determine if the VTC system is functioning as expected. If the results come back as OK, this indicates that the failure is not currently duplicated. However, if the test results indicate a failure, proceed to further diagnostics in the next steps. It's critical to ensure that the HDS is appropriately calibrated and updated, as inaccurate data could lead to misdiagnosis. The results of this test serve as a pivotal point in the troubleshooting process, guiding further inspections and checks as necessary. During the third step of troubleshooting DTC P0011, conduct a data list check of the VTC system using the HDS while performing a controlled test drive. Drive the vehicle at a steady speed between 19 and 37 miles per hour, 30 to 60 kilometers per hour, for approximately 10 minutes. During this time, monitor critical parameters such as VTC status via the HDS data list. These parameters will reveal whether the current conditions match the specified threshold for VTC operation. If the conditions are in alignment, proceed to the next troubleshooting step. If not, recheck the system for potential anomalies or faults that could lead to inconsistencies in the VTC operation. In the fourth step of troubleshooting for DTC P0011, you will continue assessing the VTC system by monitoring the onboard diagnostics OBD status. Again, conduct a test drive at a steady speed between 19 and 37 miles per hour, 30 to 60 kilometers per hour, for another 10 minutes. Focus on observing the OBD status for the presence of DTC P0011. If the HDS indicates a failed status, this emphasizes that the issue persists and further investigation into the system is required. Alternatively, if the HDS reports passed, it may suggest an intermittent failure. In this case, examine the connections and terminals of the VTC oil control solenoid valve and the powertrain control module, PCM, for any loose or damaged connections. As the troubleshooting continues in Step 5 for DTC P0011, the next step is to test the VTC oil control solenoid valve. This is a critical component since it controls the oil flow to the VTC actuator. If the solenoid fails to operate correctly, it can disrupt the entire VTC system's functionality. If the test reveals that the solenoid valve is faulty, replacing it is essential to restore proper function. Otherwise, if the solenoid is functioning adequately, you will need to move on to checking the VTC actuator in the next step. Thorough testing of this component ensures the integrity of the VTC system during operation and helps avoid recurring issues related to valve timing. In the final step of troubleshooting for DTC P0011, inspect the VTC actuator itself. The actuator is responsible for adjusting the timing of the engine's valves. A defect here can severely hinder performance. If the actuator is confirmed to be defective, it must be replaced promptly to prevent further complications. However, if the actuator checks out as functional, it's vital to examine the VTC oil passages for cleanliness and unobstructed flow. Any buildup or blockage within these passages can lead to inadequate oil flow, causing timing issues. Cleaning the oil passages, if necessary, can restore the VTC system's capability and enhance overall engine performance. After completing all the necessary repairs related to DTC P0011, conduct a final verification to confirm that all actions have been effective. This involves test driving the vehicle for approximately 10 minutes to ensure that it runs smoothly and without triggering any DTCs regarding the VTC system. During this drive, Attentively monitor the dashboard for any check engine light illumination or abnormal performance signs. If everything checks out without any issues, the repair can be considered successful. This final verification step is essential, as it allows you to ensure the vehicle is restored to optimal working condition post-repair. Consistent follow-ups and checks can help maintain the health of the engine system. For preventive maintenance related to the VTC system affecting DTC P0011, it is vital to adhere to a regular oil change schedule. Engine oil plays a crucial role in ensuring that the VTC system receives adequate lubrication and pressure, which directly impacts its performance. Additionally, routinely inspect the VTC components, especially the oil control solenoid and actuator, for any signs of wear or damage. Early detection of potential issues can prevent more significant failures down the road and enhance the longevity of the engine. By maintaining cleanliness within the engine and ensuring that all components are functioning properly, owners can reduce the likelihood of triggering trouble codes and improve overall vehicle efficiency. DTC P0011 highlights a malfunction in the VTC system, which is essential for optimized engine performance. Understanding the complex interplay between oil flow, the VTC solenoid, and the actuator is crucial for accurate diagnostics and repairs. As outlined in the troubleshooting process, following each step methodically can identify the root of the problem and restore engine function. Symptoms ranging from loss of power to increased emissions can arise if this issue isn't addressed. Ultimately, preventative maintenance, such as regular oil changes and inspections of the VTC system, plays a significant role in maintaining engine health and performance. Consistent attention to these factors not only enhances the longevity of the vehicle, but also promotes a smoother driving experience. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.